SaLuSa message by the Galactic Federation Tuesday 3 April 2012. You wanted action, you wanted results, and you now have them if you follow certain people who have acquired a reputation for successfully discovering the truth. An enormous setup of hundreds of different personnel are poised ready to apprehend the criminals who have been behind the most cynical and profitable crimes against you in recent times. The size of this project will ensure that it makes the media sit up and take notice, as it will be impossible to ignore it. That will be the start of more open reporting which shall be truthfully stated, and not dressed up purely for shock effects. At last the breakthrough will have been made, as it has long been overdue. It is important to keep calm and not allow the revelations to create a false impression of what is involved. Time will prove that those involved in bringing the culprits to justice have acted on behalf of the people and that no ulterior motive is at the root of it. The cleansing covers many different areas of life, and making way for the interim government is an essential #1 requirement if the changes are to flow smoothly. Be assured we have a total understanding of the way you think and work, and it means that we can anticipate how things are going to proceed. Our allies are well rehearsed in their different responsibilities, and we do anticipate that these opening events will be successful. The most difficult challenge is the first one we are meeting, and it will be a real eye-opener for everyone. Whatever you know now will be far from the whole truth of what has been going on. There is hardly any part of your society or business that has not been tainted by the dealings of the Dark Ones. Sometimes even honest people have been unwittingly caught up in their activities, but they shall not be a target for us. Dear ones, the battle royal has begun, but since we are in the ascendancy, we have every reason to anticipate a great victory. You too may take your share of the plaudits, as without you and your determination to bring the necessary changes in, we would not be where we are today. The number of lightworkers is at a new high and paving the way towards ascension. Levels of consciousness continue to rise, and that is also another sign of how well you have taken to the task of preparing for ascension. In the little time that remains before the end of the year closes in on you, you will find it to be action-filled and much given in the way of guidance. Already the different countries and their governments have been made to understand that aggression must stop, and that we are authorized to take whatever steps are necessary to ensure there is peace. Hitherto, our intervention on your behalf was curtailed for karmic reasons, but now by divine decree we are able to enforce the plan for your spiritual evolution. You will find that suddenly progress has leapt forward, and that has taken the Dark Ones by surprise who never allowed for such a turnaround. We are pressing ahead and know that it is now the turn of the light to take charge, and commence to set up a society that can express its freedom to create a new peaceful way forward. Naturally, not all laws need to be reviewed, but many are illegal or have been framed in false circumstances. Events such as 9/11 resulted in many unfair and unjust changes, directed at alleged terrorists that were not the ones responsible. Similar incidents have also taken place, and each time used to tighten the controls over you. From this time onwards, you will become more aware of what is happening and kept informed through various sources of information, until we can provide you with a regular and reliable one. We intend to open our own channel, and thus be sure that you are provided with all that is needed to have a wonderful remainder to your year. Do not worry about any small confrontations, as they will not escalate to anything more dangerous. So after looking for some signs that things were moving forward, there is an abundance of evidence to show it is. There are still some sources that are set up to give out disinformation, so use your discretion and intuition to determine which of them are reliable. You will ask, what should we do whilst the changes are taking place? And we suggest, as far as possible, live your lives as before. However, be aware that if as expected there will be a short spell very soon where your lives are disrupted, cover yourself by ensuring you have food and other necessities for just a few days. Whatever happens, we along with our allies will make certain that operations are efficiently completed, with as little inconvenience to you as possible. As you would expect, we have everything in hand, and that includes your safety. The Dark Ones will fight until the last and even now plan atrocities, but since we are aware of them we shall prevent them from happening. You are entering the final phases of ascension, and it should not be forgotten that the changes are part of the preparations that have been going on for a very long time. As always, it is important that until we can open up a free media, that you do not fall for false reports that will be expected to create fear. Some chaos is inevitable, but at the same time will not be lasting. Know that military activity will not be directed at the people, but in support of them. Our operations are being carried out to propel you as fast as possible towards ascension. As we often tell you, we of the Galactic Federation are of the light, and carrying out the orders of the higher beings that carve out your destiny. I am SaLuSa from Sirius, and so pleased that matters can now be placed into public view. Information can now be released knowing that it will reach you, and in future there will be a direct line to you. We have nothing to hide, but for obvious reasons do not reveal our hand to the dark ones. Whatever information they are able to pick up, they will be unable to hack our systems as they are technically beyond them. It is in fact quite the opposite, as we have access to their communications and nothing is kept secret or beyond our reach. We are normally a step ahead of them, which is why we are confident of the outcome of our activities. Victory is ours, and we share the joy with you. Thank you, SaLuSa. Mike Quincy.